Hi everybody, my name is Nisarg Patel, and today I will be talking about how to create a successful brand. So, right before we start, I want to clear this out. So, with the small business, when you start it, you don't need a lot of money to start your business. You don't need a lot of education to stay in the business lane. You don't need stronger team or responsible people. But however, in this brand, well, because brand is much bigger than a business, this is why you need good amount of money so that you can invest in your brand and make money out of it. You do need education about it. So not education, which is what I mean is you need to know what you're really doing in order to keep this process open and create a brand. And third, you need to have team. I'm By team I mean is you need to have departments like management department, HR department, and such like it goes um with the company. It depends on you what kind of departments you want to have in your brand. So starting with um starting with so before you start anything, you will need to think and brainstorm about your idea that you really want to convert it or create a brand for it. So first you'll need to ask yourself some questions. So question like, what are the steps that requires to take when creating successful brand? So first that came up to my mind when I was doing this presentation was customers, which is target market. So you want to have your target market find out, because if you're providing services and product to customers, and if it's not right customers, they will never buy your product, even if your product has a good even if your product is really good and has good rating or whatever it is, but people won't buy it. So you really need to find your target market. Then I have is visual cues. Visual cues are the factors of your brand. What I mean is factors like your company's name, company's logo, or something that will describe your brand without any words. Then I have is ad campaigns. So ad campaigns are how do I say it? So these are the, well, you could call this as a promotion. So you will go to others company and ask them if they are willing to promote you, and this is how you make a base and grow from there, and try to expand your brand's name. The second question I have is, how do you learn how do you learn to create a successful brand? So a lot of, well, you don't you really need to learn it, but not by just from the books and education that you have. You really need experience. Experience means, what I mean is, maybe before you start a big brand or any company, get some experience from by opening a small business. Know what you're doing. This way, when you create a actual brand, it becomes easier for you to take steps and make decisions for your brands. And then third question I have is, how much you would like to make out of your brand, which is, this is really important, because you, you, you do need a target to see where to find the difference, and how much you spend it and how much you're making out of the brand. So that way you have a goal to improve every year or every time you invest money in your brand. And then third I have is finding out your target market. Target market is your customers. So customers are those who will buy your products and services. So it's you do need to have a good good and solid service or product that you're thinking to sell or provide to your customers. And target market company, well, they're the one who will spend money and try to get you out in the marketplace by buying your products. So like I said before, even if your product is really good and service is really good, and you did not find the correct marketplace, they will not buy your product, no matter how much you force them or try to sell you. They will not buy because they don't need it. For uh, example for Nike, because Nike, they really know that a lot of, well, many people play sport, so they have their whole section for sport brand. So which is, even they have good logo, slogan, and it's that well, when someone says Nike, first thing comes up to your mind is, oh, it's a sport company. So you want your, as a brand, you want to figure this out. And there are numerous things to consider when you're creating your brand. First is age difference, location, gender, income level, family status, your ethnic background, attitude, value, and your behaviors. Things that that people will know by your company, by judging your attributes. So for this process, there are five main steps that you'll need to figure it out and make it work in order for your brand to get um, create and work for it. So first is visual cues. Like I said before, these are the factors of your company, such as name, I'm sorry, name, logo, tagline, and promises. I will be describing these five components of the process into next slides. So first I have is visual cues. Like I said before, well, this these are the creating visual aspect based on your brand name, logo, and that whatever you want to include into your brand that will describe. So um, how to how do you find your feelings for a logo? For example, a brand that has a happy face incorporated in their logo is trying to tell you that they're positive and feelings for consumers. So next I have is a name. So as a brand, you'll need to find a catchy name. Catchy name is, well, is something that easy to remember, easy to pronounce, and well, and when you say your brand's name, you want your consumers to take their interest into your company by just saying your name. So you want that to be very simple, very so like for example, Nike. It's really it's really simple by even for pronunciation and in the by as a look. It's just a check mark, and that, well, they have described that when it's a Nike, it means just do it. So you know, they don't even say they don't even, as a customer, when I go to Nike, I don't have to search for, oh, what is it. I just know it's a sport company, and it means, oh, they're trying to promote you by their name. Then I have is logo. So logo is really important for any brand or any company, because logo will establish it will establish your brand identity into marketplace, and it will also separate you from others. So a logo, how will determine your difference from others brand in the marketplace. Like I said before, you want your logo to be very interesting, very meaningful, simple, visible, and colorful. So with that, it it will take customers' attention, and they will try to remember your brand's name by just looking at your logo. Like I said, Nike, even, it's everyone knows, but when you say Nike, it just first thing comes up to my mind. It's a check mark. And it's a sport brand that provides multiple things that you want, like such as shoes, clothing, um, face wear, and stuff like that. Then have is develop a tagline for your brand. A tagline is how do I say it? So it just is a slogan for your company. So with this will also establish your company's name in the marketplace. But this is used in advertisement because it's not really a picture, but you're presenting your brands by saying small line of slogans. So for again, for the example as Nike, they have slogan of "Just Do It." Well, everyone knows what "Just Do It" is. Well, this is well, I consider this as a motivation and inspiration. Then have it. The final stage is promise. So right when you have your brand ready and you have a base and everything's going good, you want to make a promise to consumers, which is if so so make a promise to your target market and associate with your brand, which is if you want to make a promise saying, suppose you're Nike's making a promise for shoes, and if they really complete their task, people will buy your products no matter what, even if it doesn't look good, if it's not correct, but it does. When you finish a promise, they will buy it from you no matter what. Okay, then I have is this is not really a step, but I just added to in my presentation, evolution. So once everything is going good for your brand and you have every component that you needed, you want to bring evolution into your brand. What I meant is you want to change over time, because if you stay the same for a good amount of years, people might lose interest into your brand, and they will stop buying your products and services. So it's really important to change as time changes. You want your brand to be changes. You could to do that, you could add new products, changing the logos, stuff like that, that will keep customer know that tell customer that, oh, we're still here, and we're still providing service in the product. And so I'll be just recapping this my presentation. So first step is to brainstorm, get an idea. What do you want? How do you want it? Second is find target market. So this is a customer that you want to sell to. Find a good location, uh, provide them what they really want. Then there is visual cues, which is the message you give of that's your name, logo, name, logo, promises, and the five steps that I talked about in the presentation. And this is all I have. I hope you find anything that will help you in this presentation, and thank you.